So, good morning once again for anyone else who just joined. Welcome to the Style Cells webinar. It's part of the Fashion Frontier Africa program, which is an incubator program launched to assist designers in professional skills to make their fashion business a success. It's a collaborative venture with the Cultrite team and the Nairobi Fashion Week team, and we're here to make sure African designers can get to the next level. So today, this webinar is focusing on sales and buying, and we're here with the sales expert, Ferrantino Raffaele, who has been at the Jato Group, Givenchy, Saint Laurent, Le Mer, and so many other places, Crispin Asher, and so many other places. So we're here to absorb his knowledge and learn a little more about how we can bring sales tactics indoors and make our fashion businesses a success. So for this webinar, please, if you have questions, leave them in the chat and we will answer them after the presentation. And kindly type them out, and we'll ensure that we have a question and answer session afterwards. So first, let's hear from Ferrantino and the rest of the team.
I'm going to start so that I'm going to guide a bit the conversation, knowing what we need to know. I'm going to ask questions, and Raffaele will answer them. So let's start with the first and most important part. We clearly all need to understand how to move on any market, and maybe a lot of brands are really good and successful on their local markets, but they very interested in looking into international sales. So we would like to know what are the most important points to consider before approaching the global market.
Yeah, first of all, you have to know your aesthetics, your mood, and your DNA for your brand. So I don't know if your brand is oriented in the street style or minimal, glam, or otherwise in the. So you have different market to interesting or requested. You have to find your direction and your competitors, of course, and you need to know the price point as well, because the price point actually in the not for Italian market, regarding Italian market, but all the world around the world is very important to join in the retail shop. So we have so many problems around the world. So the American market asks to landed price for the same thing is in Japan, in Korea, and Russian. You know the situation with Europe and Russian is very complicated. So you need to research your mood, and it's important the price point.
Do actually prices differ? Like, shall a brand change their price policy entering different markets, or they should drop the market sticking to the prices that they actually would like to put on their product?
No, it's the same. The answer of the buyers is it's level. It's the same. The price point of because
they just sorry.
No, because in the forward the conversation I explained the price point to construction the brand. Yeah. So you need to know the price point and your street, your mood and the DNA of the brand.
So you're saying that basically, apart from knowing the aesthetics, you need to understand your cost on manufacturing and everything, and you can't go lower than that. Yeah, and then you start excluding markets. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And the markets, are there requirements different from one market to another, apart from the price?
Yeah, for example, you have US market, you have a different city by city. Is for example, New York is street style, LA is more glam, and Miami is more colorful, more colore, and
Yeah.
and shirt and short sleeves and Bermuda. So
Yeah. Resort wear.
yeah. Then you have, for example, in Italian market is a fashion like Paris. So different in German. It's so very dark. Russian is more luxury, more I don't know
Luxury.
luxury. Yeah.
Really?
In Asian, like Korea and Japan, prefer the comfortable shape. So the boxy and comfortable. A different.
Yeah.
So China prefer the tight denim. Button is a very slim. So different shape for the market.
Also,
So
in fact,
you need to study. So you need to study which market is your referment.
and interesting also point, do also body shape changes? Like, does it also important to understand their like a human anatomy point before approaching the market? Is it also different? Like, is China different from US?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. I explained before. Yeah, so different market, different from the buyer.
And how do brands actually define these things? How can they understand what market to approach?
In che senso?
Like, imagine I know I'm doing street style, but where do I go with street style? Who will tell me where to sell it? Like, how do
Street
I
style.
understand?
Yeah, street style is an Italian market, of course, and UK and US market.
But
And
it's because for that exact. But like, if I don't like for any brand, any other brand, like, how do they discover what are the markets? Who can, chi potrebbe dare direzione a loro? Dove andare, come andare? Sono voi, competitors? How do they understand?
Yeah, I understand. But for this research, the brand need the brand brand manager like me. I am a wool sales manager, but I am a brand manager because construction the collection need to begin to hand the beginning the construction the collection to hand to sales and for example showroom follow the shipment, the payment is at the end, but in the beginning we have several meeting to construction the collection for divide the collection in three parts. For example, we have
we're gonna get to that point. Let's don't jump. Aspetta. Okay. Can they look into competitors? Can that be information helpful? Like, if they study what other brands do on the market, is there a way to get this information? Like, do they study sales? How do they understand that?
By online. You can do the research by your kind of mood of a collection.
And you look for similar brands.
Yeah, several brands. For example, I don't know. I do a collection like street style. I looked, for example, the LA brands, for example. I do the Japanese collection, Korean collection. I see the Le Mer, for example. No? It's,
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I think it's very interesting point. So basically, you need support from an industry professional that does sales, which can be either a person or, I guess, a showroom, like whatever contacts you have and you can get. Any external consultant can help you. And then for yourself, you can study competitors. Yeah, I think it sounds like a very doable thing for new designers to approach the market. But apart from understanding the market, I guess they need to work on the collection and putting it together. It's not only a creative process, but generally everything is based on the business opportunities brands are looking for. Otherwise, brands cannot survive. So how should be the collection constructed? You mentioned already there are sections in planning it. Can you tell us? Because I think that's actually one of the most important points in entering international markets.
Yeah. We're talking about the construction, right? Yeah.
Of the collection, exactly. What you mentioned about percentage.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, you choose your DNA. So you have to need the mood board, the inspiration. So you need to find the fabric, all the fabric in the for development your collection. Carta modello. The name of carta modello, Natalia?
Pattern.
Yeah, pattern. You do the pattern. So pattern is more expensive. The new pattern is more expensive in Italy. I don't know abroad.
Everywhere. The most expensive part is to prepare for manufacturing.
Yeah.
And sorry to interrupt you, but then on the first inspirational stage, when we talk about mood boards, is it actually important to work with like a salesperson, to involve marketing and salesperson if there is such opportunity for a brand? Already on this early stage, do you guys give any input for the future development of that collection?
Yeah, it's important. This is several meetings before the construction, the collection, because the showroom have the feedback by buyer for the.
Yes, we're gonna get to this point eventually of talking about how showrooms work. That's important. Okay, so you work on that point, and where do you get so what should their collection be at the end? The percentuale.
La percentuale, sì. Usually the collection is a young designer or the designer with the first approach to the market. They try to divide the collection in three parts. 40% is basic and essential commercial parts. 30% is additional to this part for the selling, and other 30% is a show, is more creative. So for example, for the lookbook or the fashion show, but we need a part of the collection to very easy, essential, basic, entry price, of course. So you need to balance the collection. You cannot do the collection for the show. When the buyer come to showroom, you need to see another part of the collection. This is very important.
Okay. Okay. So 30%. Just to recap, 30% basic commercial product, entry price. Other 30%, 40%, then 30% more pricey addition to the first
commercial selection, yes, and the other 30% is show, like
that they like okay, for the fashion show that you lend to magazines, what you work with stylists, something
exactly.
to catch the attention.
Exactly.
Is it like, that sounds very easy for bigger brands? I guess that's how they do. Maybe even more, it would be interesting to know how Saint Laurent did it, how Givenchy did it.
Yeah, for example,
and how different is it also for younger? Where are the ways around it for young upcoming designers that try to survive in that, shark ocean?
Yeah, for example, in Givenchy, we had two presentation, pre-collection, and then we have the fashion show. So two different budget, so two different period of the sales campaign, because in the pre-collection. They called pre-collection because we need to ship before the show, okay? Because other market around the market they need the collection before. For example, in Italy, Capri and the other part of tourists, they need the collection before, because the tourists come before the.
Yeah, I think it's important to say also that pre-collections in general are the favorite for buyers, because those are also the collections that stay longer on sales than when the the catwalk.
We can tell to them the period of the pre-collection. For example, main collection is going out this May, end of May. This is a pre-collection of main collection is end of May, and then we have in June the fashion show. Different thing is a woman. Woman is in June pre-collection, and the show in end of September.
Is it how is important?
This is a spring summer, and the fall winter. We have in December pre-collection of men, show in January, pre-collection of woman in January, a fashion show in end of February.
How important is to know all these timings? Like, is there an option for buyers to write orders outside of these timings?
No, it's important to respect this time, because first of all the company, the brand they have a different budget, so you need to put your budget in the pre-collection, and you have another budget in the main collection. So two different brand budget, and you have to respect in Saint Laurent, Givenchy, Celine. You have a budget to do.
So for upcoming brands, it's even more important, because they clearly follow the lifelong rules of the market that has been there. That's very important. What is the minimum quantity of pieces that you guys expect from?
Usually the showroom asks to the first season in the show in the market 35-40 pieces.
So 35 is minimum.
Yeah, because the buyer don't want to see too much stuff, is more confused. So you need to 35-40 pieces is very focused on the collection and your mood, so buyer understand as up what you do.
Okay, that I think was very interesting. But then we would like to know more about showroom, because I guess there are we see outside nowadays many external services that are offered for outsourcing, not only when you hire an internal person for sales, but we know a lot about showrooms, but there are also other type of relationship that you can build working only with one sales representative. Can you tell a bit more about it and what you think is the best option to choose in this, hundreds of offers that you see in Europe and US for sales?
As I told before, we help to the brands who on the construction of the collection before the sales. We need the collection before the sales campaign started, of course, and the showroom keep the collection around.
No, wait. Like you tell about showroom, like it's very interesting. But are there like also, because there are different options. Like, do I even need a showroom? Like, can I just do it on my own as a brand? Like, oh, I see so much. Like, I just go and present on a trade fair, or like, can a brand move? Roll out to the global market without any external help? Is it possible? And if not, where to look? Like, do I work with one person? Do I work with an agency? Is it a showroom?
Yeah, you have a different way. You have a different way. You can find the showroom based in Milan, in Paris, of course.
London or New York?
I suggest Milan and Paris because it's better, because in New York and London it's better Milano and Paris.
I guess because Milan and Paris have the database of international buyers, because all different buyers go twice a year.
Everyone
and Paris.
Everyone come to Milano and Paris. Not everyone go to New York or London.
Bravo, just okay, makes sense.
Because the Japanese and China, some buyers go to New York or London, but everyone come to Milano and Paris, because we have a lot of brands. Is a big brand, so they are here in the Fashion Week. For this thing, many showroom rent the space in Paris during the Fashion Week. In the Milano showroom rent a space for 1 week in the Paris Fashion Week. So they call the buyer and fix an appointment in the Paris Fashion Week.
Are those different buyers? Like, does it make sense to do it Paris and Milan? Are those different clients that visit?
Yeah, usually, I don't know, the Russian come to Milano, don't go to Paris. The American go to Paris, but they have the buying office, the people who work for them in Milano and Paris. So it depends on where you. It's more international. Milano and Paris is so international. You can fix appointment from around the world, of course. Everyone come to Milano and Paris.
So, but would be enough for me as a brand that yet never presented in Europe? Would it be enough to go only to Milan, only to Paris, to begin with?
To begin, I think it's in Milano, of course.
It would be Milan, of course.
Yeah, because in Milano and in Italy we have a lot of shops, a lot of boutique. There are many boutiques, so it's more easy to do a budget for the production and for easy production for the brands. So.
Okay, and how should I saw a question in a chat, and I thought it's a very good question. How would a brand that yet is not present in Europe find a sales representative? How can a new brand approach a showroom? How to find a showroom? What to do with a showroom?
It's they can usually we have a cooperation with Camera Moda Fashion Trust. I suggest you guys to follow Camera Moda Fashion Trust Milano, because it's a no profit company. They help all the young designers, the new designers, the approach of the first collection, and so very important. I personally cooperation with the Camera Moda Fashion Trust with the 2 designers.
Is it possible for a brand to approach a showroom without any tramite? How do you say?
Easy. I don't know. Send an email and a company profile. You need to have a company profile, presentation, the presentation. So we can fix in a call or a meeting in showroom. We can talk. For example, the showroom can help you for the production, of course. If you need some materials, the showroom have contact with all the fabrics in Italy. We have a lot of company. Some company produce for denim, some company produce the jersey, some company produce the wool, some companies is good for the coat, the jacket. So we have a different contact in Italy to approach the new designer and help the designer to develop the brand.
Okay, I guess for trade fairs there is another option, or in general there is another option that you can work with showroom. But for example, if apart from that you are showroom, but imagine I come to you and say, I need help. I have a stand on PT Uomo. It's important for me to get some buyers to check it out. You personally, you have a database of brands. Is that kind of service relevant?
Yeah. Of course, the brand decide to do a showroom with the other brand, or to do the showroom personalized showroom.
But could I get a service of a person apart from showroom, but just a person to help me with sales? Can I hire and outsource a wholesale manager for a season?
Yeah, exactly. You can find the personal dedicated to only for your brand and rent your space, or otherwise you can join in the showroom multi-brand. They have sales seasonally.
Okay.
Venditori stagionali, capito, Natalia?
Yes. I think everyone understood.
Yeah,
yes,
the seasonal season. The seasonal season, but don't you have the person dedicated over your 100% dedicated for your brand in the showroom multi-brand. If you decide and you have a budget to keep the one person dedicated of your brand, it's a better, but you need to rent a space just for you. Is another cost. It's more expensive.
It's additional cost, more expensive. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so moving to showrooms, how does it work? Like, how does the working process around the brand after I enter showroom, or even before? How is this?
The cost
process?
Costs. Usually the showroom asks from 6,000 to 50,000.
That cost we have next.
No.
Just tell me about the, like, you get the collection. What are the sizes? Are those samples?
sizes,
How many pieces? How do you showcase? How do you work with buyers so that I understand how to prepare for that? And mainly, what am I getting? How dedicated this person is?
Yeah, it's dedicated all the time for the brand. We told already the pieces of collection is a minimum is a 35, 14.
Yes,
Yeah.
but how many months and what are the sizes? Like, are those samples?
The sizes.
For how long do you take? How do I ship the collection? So you told us already that when I go with the showroom, you start working with the designer. Before the sales season, you work together on preparing the collections for the best outcome of the sales campaign.
Exactly.
But when do you need the collection? For how long do you keep it? What's happening to those samples? And what kind of samples should that be? What size?
The size for the woman is small. Sample size is small. For the man collection is medium, 48. We usually showroom received the collection before the PT, before the fashion show. So the showroom need to fix with the brand the collection. We prepare the display on in the showroom. Usually they usually do the meeting with the all sales and showroom. It's a meeting sales. The brand and the designer explain the collection to seller. Okay. So we need the collection needs to shoot it before the showroom coming. So showroom need for the sell the line sheet, all the pieces in the still life, and then lookbook, just the 50 usually 50 pictures. 50 pictures for the lookbook, diciamo the show, and the line sheet, everyone pieces in a still life, fronte, retro, with all the information, the material, the price, and the color you can do. It's a very important because it's for the seller have the line sheet in right time, in timing. Yeah.
So to recap, it's like 1-2 month showroom keeps their collection there, works together with the designer before, dedicated time.
Exactly.
In order to get in this process, you need to have your documentation in order and have really good visuals. Still life, I guess we're talking about product image on white background, which is very important, of each product front and back. And important are also visuals that tell the feeling, the mood of the collection. From the lookbook, any indication for the lookbook, like
it's this is a inspiration from designer. I can decide the inspiration of the designer. It's your DNA and decide the stylist. Of course, I can suggest, but the stylist I think is a choice from designer. It's the part of creativity of.
And if the brand doesn't have this image, do showrooms support? Like, is there a way to shoot the collection with you? Do you help your
of course. Of course. In Milano, we have a lot of contacts. So we need to we can help. We can help, and of course.
So you would direct the shooting in the showroom?
Yeah.
Clearly, the cost for the shooting come separated, but you do this.
The cost is separated. The stylist is separated. The cost of showroom we told already from 6 to 15,000.
We didn't. So costs are from 6,000 to 50,000.
Yeah, and
per season for sales campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be twice a year. Okay.
Usually is commission is 50%.
With a commission 50%. Okay.
Yeah, 1.5. Yeah.
Is it 15? Yes. Okay. Yeah. 1.5. Is it possible to keep the collection? Because imagine for a lot of brands shipping those samples to Milan or Paris is pricey, and of course they would love to get the maximum out of it. And if they don't have a press office yet in Europe, is it possible to keep the collection after the sales campaign in the showroom?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible because usually the first collection, a young designer have just one collection. In the future, we suggest is better to do two collection, one for sales for the showroom and one for press office. So we can work separately.
Yeah,
because sometimes the press ask to me the pieces for the influencer of the singer, but the pieces I don't have a showroom to show to buyer. So
okay, so very important to understand that designers need to have two sample collections, one for sales and one for press days, magazine shootings, influencers, TV posts, and so on.
One thing for the sales, I need all the collection, all the 35, 40 pieces. But for the press office, you can decide the pieces what you show in the global. So you can do the 30% of show, the 30% of the collection you can do for the press office, for example. I don't need the essential or basic part.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So basically, the most striking, the showstoppers of the collection, you double.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. For the press office, is better to send a part of the show, because usually this part going to the artist and the pop star and the influencer.
Here comes a very interesting question that I see in our chat, and this works for brands that do also, by the way, what are the expectations in order to get in showrooms in the quantities of items that the brand is able to manufacture? So what is the limit? Like if I have only 10 pieces of every item,
10 pieces,
will you take me, or it's too little? Capito?
No.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna ask in Italian because I'm not even sure I can explain myself in English. Praticamente quanti in produzione, quanti pezzi devono esserci come minimo di ogni capo per uno showroom di accettare il marchio? Tipo, se io faccio 10 t-shirt e non 150, mi prendi? No, non lavorerai con me con 10 pezzi. Quanti sono i pezzi? Come deve...
No, the collection must be too complete. No, not for only t-shirt.
No, non solo t-shirt, però quanti pezzi di t-shirt, di pantaloni, di questi 30 capi di produzione?
We can do, and di produzione, because it's very difficult, because you can do the 5 model of t-shirt, 3 model of shirt, 3 model of pants, 2 jackets, 2 coat, for example. and you can
No, tesoro, dico di ogni pezzo, di ogni t-shirt, di ogni pantaloni. Cioè, per esempio, c'è una domanda che un designer chiede: se io faccio un pezzo solo, ogni pezzo è l'unico. Cioè, solo un abito, solo quelli pantaloni e nient'altro, non c'è produzione dentro.
va bene, comunque poi sì, non c'è bisogno, non so come dire.
So, for example, it is possible for a showroom. So if you have only every piece is unique and it's not manufactured in una fabbrica, and it's just atelier type of deal, a showroom still can take a brand and sell one single piece.
No, it's not possible, because we need to do a business, so it's not good. No.
How many pieces do you expect for a brand to bring of each model?
A lot of a lot of pieces.
Más o menos, più o meno.
Più o meno, I don't know, because the company asked to the brand the minimum pieces for the production. I don't know, the company asked for the production 10 pieces, 50 pieces, or 20 pieces for each model. The
Okay,
company
so it differs from every showroom, it differs, but at the end it's going to be starting from 10 pieces.
10 pieces, 50 pieces, yeah.
Would, for a brand that does like single piece, only one piece of a model, would for this brand the best option to work with a directly with a sales manager, like wholesale manager, instead of showroom, right?
Yeah,
this
right,
brand has an option, can just come to you, come Raffaele, and say, can you please help me out? I'm gonna get the showroom, the whatever, I will go to a trade fair. Can you bring a buyer to buy every single piece of my collection?
Yeah, exactly.
That could work. That's very interesting. That's a solution for brands that do not have mass production, or at least do not do bigger quantities or create artisanal pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Usually the minimum order for the new designer is 5,000.
Okay, that's actually.
It's a minimum order. The showroom asked to join in a showroom in a new brand. 5,000 is the minimum.
5,000 pieces.
Yeah, no, 5,000 amount. 5,000 is a minimum order. 5,000.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
And for example, we do the minimum order for the T-shirt. We do 6 pieces. 1S, 2M, 2L, 1XL. And the jacket, 2 or 3 pieces, depends. But about the jersey, we usually ask the 6 pieces from S to XL. 1, 2, 2, 1.
Wow. Cool. Okay. So that's a lot for young designers. I think it's a great option to consider working directly with a wholesale manager. What else can a brand expect from showrooms? Because clearly you have a lot of contacts. Do you give the 360-degree support?
Yeah, usually the showroom divides every brand, every brand have the list of the buyers. It's a separate. I don't invite all the buyer for this brand. No, there is a selection. This boutique I think is good for this brand. This boutique I think is good for this brand. So it's a different.
Very dedicated approach. By the way, how many brands, like when you invite buyers, how many brands do you show? Is it a dedicated attention, like you work on one brand one day with like selection of buyers?
Maximum three. Two or maximum three brand. I show the buyers, because in the showroom in Milano and the way there are 10 brands, 50 brands, so much confused. So the buyers when come, I know the buyer. I show this buyer this collection, maybe this collection. Stop. After
So
three
basically, you
collections,
convince a buyer to write an order on certain items because you know it's going
because
to work for them.
after third collection, the buyer is. I can go. So
okay, makes sense.
The preparation before is very important.
Okay, and what about like if I don't
Natalia,
have
we don't we can talk about the budget, because the first collection, the first season is very it's very difficult, but in the future the sales manager prepare the budget. For example, I do the list of the buyer, and I put the budget they can buy in for this brand. So the brand knows the budget to explain to the company, and finance the and the whole finance. You understand?
Yes. So basically, after the first and all the other seasons to follow, you already have expectations.
Yeah,
But
expectations.
you also have very personal relationship with these buyers. So you have an idea how much are they going to spend on that brand, and the brand can enter the sales campaign prepared, knowing that more or less these buyers, this boutique will, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
The who spend the buyers or the brand?
I don't know the like as far as I understood, that the brand knows what to get ready for after the first season.
Is una previsione di vendita, ecco.
So your expectations of sales based on previous season, probably you also take in consideration everything that is.
For example, in the first season we do the 15-20 orders. In the next season, we do the expectation season selling. So the next season, this season I did 15 shops. Next season I think do 30 shop.
Okay.
And I show you which shop I send the invitation with the budget.
Okay. That's also another advantage of working with.
We have the budget axis and the budget potential.
Okay.
So
okay,
the first season we have the 100 50 and 50.000, 60.000.
50,000.
50,000, and the next season I propose I hope to do 100,000.
Okay. That sounds very positive.
This third season we increase.
Okay.
We go.
And what happens if you don't? Do you drop the brand? What happens? Like, is there a way that I work with you first season, second season, and sales don't go up? What do you guys do with brands?
They don't go up?
Yeah, if they don't go up. If it's every season, 15 orders, and nothing changes.
It's I don't know. We try to improve.
You don't drop the brand. You work on marketing. You try to work on the market. You still believe in the brand and you work.
they need to hear the suggest of the sales manager and the improve in press office.
Press, okay. The general marketing. Do you help? Do you help there? This is exactly what I wanted to move. In fact, can you help your brands have more visibility and have stronger presence? Because I guess the result of the sales campaign is important for you as much as it's important for brands. No, like you get your percentage. So like, do you connect them? How does it work? Are you try to push brands?
Yeah, I try to push brands with through the press office and all my friends, DJs, international DJs, for example. I usually do this.
So you basically, what you guys do is you whatever comes for free of your closest circle, you just push it, you give pieces, you use influencer because it's like a very network-based industry and everyone is a friend of everyone. But then also for a bigger scale, you would suggest a PR agency that you trust and you work well with.
Another things, the brands need to decide the pieces who wants to send to the store the influencer. So usually they are gratis. It's
that for sure. And you would do that, like you would support you and other showrooms. This is the whole idea of how
the showroom helps. The showroom helps to, of course,
promote.
Yeah, to promote the brand. It's interesting for the showroom for everyone.
Okay. I think it was. I think we had like an amazing insight on how the sales work on global market, but we still have a couple of questions. I did manage to read all of them. Siam, if you see what I missed, could you please read them to us and we'll see whether we can answer.
One thing I wanna say to the guys, when you finish the production of your sample, for example, one shirt cost 50 in a showroom come per two. You understand, Natalia?
No, dimmelo in italiano.
Che una camicia costa 50 euro, in showroom arriva a 100 euro.
The price doubles.
Yeah,
when you reach the sales for the sales campaign, price doubles. Why?
Why? Because in the double you can put all your time for the collection. You pay the shipment, you pay the press agency, you pay the showroom, you pay the commission. So,
all the expenses. So basically, if the cost from the manufacturer for you is 50, it doubles because you're supposed to include all your expenses. So
exactly. In a showroom come 100.
Okay, I think Raffaele mentions that because it's very important not to be scared of all the prices you're gonna meet in on the market. I think this is how it works for all of the brands. This is how big guys do this. This is how upcoming brands, local Italian, French, or British do. It's just that from what you expect to pay to the manufacturer, you actually not to what you expect to pay to the manufacturer, you actually add all your expenses. For the moment that it reaches the buyer, it should be all covered and become also your revenue. Like it makes part of your revenue. So don't be scared to do the right calculation and put the right price at the end.
the right price, and calculate is a wholesale price, and to the shop goes to usually they do the markup point. Markup is 2.7 for the ready to wear, and 2.5 to accessories. Okay.
Yes.
In a showroom, 100 is a wholesale, and the retail price is for 2.7 to 270, for example.
Yeah, they add another
Yeah.
170 on top.
Yeah.
Very good numbers. Okay, so any questions I missed?
I think that was great. So some of the questions are, what's the best market for sustainable brands and upcycled collections?
Upcycling. I got a brand.
I think it's very interesting what you told me previously about Copenhagen, for example.
Yeah,
That's very comprehensive market for sustainable fashion.
Chief is the best of actually is the best flair for the upcycling sustainable brands. I suggest to all the guys to see all the brand list in Chief in Copenhagen.
It's a trade fair. And as a market, is it interesting? Is Europe already open and ready for sustainable fashion? Because there's such a big movement dedicated to sustainability.
I think big PT also. I think is a part of PT is
PT as
sustainable. Yeah.
White also.
Yeah, exactly.
They also do support. And which market is better? Is it European market, or for example, North American market is better for sustainable fashion, you think?
Everyone has to sustainable market.
Now everyone is asking for sustainable fashion.
This is the way of the fashion.
That's beautiful.
We are an overproducer.